together to learn and then forming teams. Well, this place isn't quite as decked out as a school festival, but Master Tainari said the academia plans to be generous with the resources. Anyway, before students and researchers head out on dangerous field missions, they can come here for advice and emergency training. We even have professionals on staff that can join their teams to serve as guides or safety personnel.
Yeah, you can think of it like a forward operating base, equal parts theoretical training and field practice. We'll familiarize new recruits with potential challenges in the wild and take them through drill.
Amber, you're here too?
Surprise! I know I was. I'm off duty right now, so I was planning to just drop in on Kali for a bit. But I didn't realize how busy she'd be.
I'm sorry, Amber. I didn't mean to put you to work during your time.
Don't worry about it. A little relaxation balanced out, and I got to see the Traveler in Paimon again. We should have a giant feast once we're done here. How does that sound?
A feast with the first friend we know. Oh, that sounds just about as awesome as a giant plate.
All right, Kale and I are in charge of the Scout Plus.
Once we collect a bunch of Kulanambas and Baron Bunnies running around the wilderness? What is Plus? With you to go. Once you have a more complete, now come with me. I'll introduce.
Oh yeah, the lady butt. It does something I'm looking forward to see.
Oh hey, another familiar face. Come on, let's go say hi.
It's really that popular. The internal locomotion mechanism is clever enough, and the execution on the terrain recognition, remote control, and weight detection modules isn't bad. But the appearance... it might as well be a doll for a child.
Madam Farzan, great news! The Traveler in Paimon agreed to join! Hello, Madam Farzan!
Well, look who the cat dragged in. Excellent job, Kale! Snagging 2 top experts with undeniable adventuring expertise. Now the League won't be able to say a word, no matter what kind of feedback I give. Now tell me, what do you think of this puzzle?
Oh, it looks just like you!
It's a collaboration between my juniors in the Harabatat Darshan, the Puzzlers League, and the Synopsium on Ruin Mechanisms. Clearly, the technological aspect is quite advanced. You should have seen Anise, defending this design choice with more passion than her thesis. Young people these days, far too obsessed with making things cute.
Huh, Emma kinda likes it! Holly and Amber were just saying how cute companions can help adventurers stay calm. With a doll that looks like you by her side, my mom thinks she could go adventuring in a super dark ruin and not even get scared!
Well, that line of thinking does have merit. And I suppose choosing this particular appearance still, there are adventurers who place people like that don't just want their devices to be able to survive. The fluffiness of this puzzle towel, on the other hand. Now picture this. A thick metal casing, square in shape. I'm the perfect example of this. I have a youthful appearance, and so people question me on occasion. If I had a head of white hair instead, things would be different.
Really? Then, do you want Paimon to talk to them? She has white hair.
What? No!
I didn't realize you had such strict views about this, Madam Farzan.
Huh? So, even you... well, if that's what you really think, then you'll have to come back and test that on some puzzles, Traveler. I'll rate your effectiveness in using the device and come up with a user manual based. As for improvements to its appearance, long-term observation is required, so I'll put that aside for now. I've already selected a few of the most suitable domains.
Thanks, Madam Farzan. I'm just gonna
Don't worry, Kale. You're the one in charge here. Just once things calm down, come over to see me and we'll have a nice chat. I'll even treat you to some snacks from back in my day.
Snacks! Thank you, Madam Farzan. I'll bring a few boxes.
Go on now. Do me proud.
Paimon is a long-term project we're calling the Security Division. Thanks to General Mahamatra Sino, we've been able to bring Dia on as they're putting together a combat test right now. But they should—
Hey, looking for us? I guess we showed up right on cue then. Wait, the Traveler and Paimon are joining?
Sorry for keeping you waiting, everyone.
Intel? This is starting to sound intense!
Of course. What better way to protect the students than to sweep through the desert and rid it of all potential dangers? Not a bad plan, right? You in?
Not the best time for jokes, Dia. Besides, when it comes to striking down danger, the Traveler is a woman on a mission. She might take you up on that offer.
Defeating anything that might pose a threat? Even if the Traveler worked non-stop, that could still take years. You'd have to stop traveling. Paimon doesn't even want to think about that. Time would be the least of our problems. Some dangers aren't invisible to the naked eye, like the scorpions burrowed underground, or the terrifying raptors sleeping in the trees. You can't get rid of them until they jump out for situations like these. We'd have to combine Madame Farason's recommendations with
Whoa, pencils down, everyone.
The Security Division's goal is a lot simpler, actually. We're just here to ensure some of this work has been entrusted to the Blazing Beasts and other mercenaries. But members of investigation teams who pass the combat test before an investigation team is allowed to head into a dangerous— And Dia and I were just out collecting intel on the best place to hold the test.
We found a domain filled with monsters and bandits of all levels. Hopefully.
Oh, so we just need to supervise, right?
That's right. Participant safety is our utmost priority. So we'll organize a group of capable personnel to take it in shifts.
We still need to figure out our testing metrics, though. Fighting is different from an actual exam, and there's mercenaries like me. We all have our own style. That's not a problem in actual so we need someone to give us a baseline. Someone who has the experience, but also takes a more flexible approach in combat.
Yeah, based on what you just described, the Traveler seems like the—
Great. Working with you is always a pleasure, Traveler.
Don't forget about compensation for the Traveler and Paimon, Dia. You agreed without doing the math first.
It's fine. We'll just split the funds Kale wrangled for us.
Wait, we're getting 80%?
Don't sweat it. We're just in charge of the long-term operations. We've talked about a partnership in the past, haven't we?
Then I'll drop a—
That'd be great.
And don't worry, Miss Kit, about that piece of land you're leasing to the Academia. The one used for grain storage? I managed to get—
Oh, thank you. Those funds will go to fixing up some of the village facilities, which should make for a more comfortable experience when investigation teams stop there in the future. All right, we should finish up our arrangements for the combat test.
See you soon.
You sure are the beating heart of this operation, Kale. You brought the whole gang together. Oh, no. I still have so much to learn, but for now, let's just give it our all. You bet!
Check this out!
Minute to memory.
Supporting fire!
Let the mighty be humbled! Settle down!
Time to go! Clouds high. The birds...
Shower me with praise. Let my name echo in.
Bow your head. The tides beckon.
Hear the echoes of the valley. Time to shine.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night!
Settle down!
one heart, we pray.
Committed to memory. Out of my way! Sharing my knowledge. Committed to memory. Look, you're right.
By the frosting on the bowl, receive my blessing.
Our bond is strong.
Things are about to get dicey.
Gotcha. A burst of flavor. A dash of frost. Time to shine. Whirling snow. Juice on the loose. Here comes the catch. Let my name echo in song. Southward swirl. Take flight. Quietly now. Pinnacle of excellence. Strike a pose. Time to shine. Whirling snow.
Things are about to get dicey.
Gotcha. Embrace the ice. A little remove boosh. Juice on the loose. Let the world collide. Take flight.
The force authorized.
The wind knows me, as one with wind and cloud.
Time to shine. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down.
Into the wind.
Let my name echo in summer. Stop that. Torn to oblivion!
escape! Wind strike!
Insulation chamber deployed. Preparing for gusto.
Flash attack!
Ultimatum protocol. Defensive mode engaged.
There is no escape!
Annihilation mode. Cleanup sequence initiated.
Your coming was foretold! Bloom is a flower and